Welcome back, everybody, to Farming Simulator 17 on my custom edit of Goldcrest Valley. As you can see, I've been cleaning up for the animals here. Oops. And like I said I was going to do, find the page here, growth. I skipped, fast forward through a couple days to get everything ready for harvest. So we will park this. I got most of the clean. I've been running on 5 times, and it's kind of frustrating. I hope in the future they give the configuration option to slow down how fast these guys make a mess, because I clean this and I watch it tick over another hour and the whole thing was dirty again, and now I have 6 cows. I can't see how you're supposed to be able to keep this clean if you get like 25-50 cows. So time will tell what really happens, but that'll clean it up from there. And we are done. Gonna have to bring them a little bit of grass the way it looks, and they're both gonna need some water here pretty soon. But we're not gonna worry about that in this episode today. Oops, reverse. We are gonna worry about getting the harvest going today. So last time I gave you guys the map tour of what I have done with the map. I hope everybody kind of enjoyed that. I know my driving was not the best, but I guess we could bring hay now. Nah, we'll wait. I'm gonna unload that bale trailer and everything here in the future, so I'm gonna get the crops done now. Since I've been promising a harvest episode for a while, we haven't done anything with it, so get this back put away. And as you see, I have not made any feed in the time it ran those few days, so we're going to start by, we'll use just a tab up here. Okay, we don't really need the Puma. We'll probably put the Steyr, since it's our baby tractor, which I'm contemplating. This tractor might get sold, either this tractor or this tractor, because they're kind of, well, yeah, they're kind of limited. These two do fairly good at multiple tasks, and I've been putting loader brackets on everything, so it's not like we need a ton of loader tractors. But we'll toy with it a couple more, a little while longer here, and we'll decide which one we're going to use. But for today, we're going to get started first off with the barley harvest up here. Or should I start with the corn harvest? I know I have to put the head back on. Let's see what it costs to rent this overloader for the CCM fertilizer. I know it's here. Where is it? Loading wagons. I'm sure I'm blind. Aha. Auger wagons. I wonder if it's in here. Right here. So lease it for 5,000. Oh, we're pretty much flat broke. Why don't we do the soybean harvest first? That'll give us a little bit of money, because otherwise we are so broke. I don't think the auger will go over that wagon. We'll find out here before we leave. Excuse me. Okay, we'll take our axle full, which this is something else that I'd like to fairly soon look at upgrading. Now that we've got some decent sized equipment, this is kind of our antique, old, wore out thing that we need, that constantly on a regular basis that's going to be dragging us down. Well, we'll go start on the very south field there, on field, we'll start on field 24. We'll get 24 and 23 down there harvested, and then we'll come back up 19, and then we can do 15, 14, and finish up on 12. 12 will probably be another episode away, because by the time we get all this done today, I'm actually limited on recording time, so I just wanted to get another episode recorded for y'all. Now, I don't have a header trailer, so I'm hoping Well, I just will be alright because we don't have traffic on our road because they all like going the other way around. Wow, that's crooked as heck. Back up. I'm still having that problem where game response not working right. And I've seen on a couple forums where people have complained, so I'm not the only person. Come on. There we go. Yeah, but I don't have a header tree yet, so it's one advantage of our fields being where they are. What am I caught on? Anything? Or is it just being dumb again? It's being dumb again. Soybeans don't have a windrow, so we don't have to windrow in it. So that's one less thing we have to worry about. Get this combine going here. Here we go. We'll go down here. We'll get him hired up. Then we'll come back up and get the... Ooh, we're going to get fuel. We'll get some fuel first. We'll come back up and get the little wagon. Well, actually, here, I'll pull the big one out once. We'll just see. Because if it can go over top of it. There was a straight truck. MAN popping up on Giants mods when you first load in the game today, so I've downloaded it. I just don't have it installed in this game yet. Yeah, that sounds a lot higher. So then the Steyr can't haul it. And I'll change my plans for that because I'm planning on getting one field done, and then I'm gonna take the Puma down with the plow and have him. Well, actually, everything we plowed last time with the cultivator down. I let him start cultivating right away. We don't have to plow, I guess, this time. We'll use this one. This, I think, is one of the shortest tractors we have. That maybe also be the lowest horsepower. Gosh darn, I always forget those mirrors stick out in this one. I don't know why. I keep doing that. Come on. I guess they stick out more than all the rest of them do. I've done that at least a dozen times now. Yeah, I guess the internationals are tucked in. These aren't. That's probably why. Strong mirrors, though, I tell you. We'll use follow me to follow this down there. That way we can come back up and get everything else. I'll do a couple rounds and have follow me just follow me with the wagon in case we get full. Actually, I'll park it on the road first, and we'll see what kind of yield we can get. It's the fertilizer's messed up on the fields and stuff from everything that I've been doing. That's the other reason I want to get this harvest done, so we can get everything back on a schedule. I've got liquid and dry fertilizer spreaders around here. One planter does fertilizer, so we will be able to get a cycle down. I would like to look at some injection fertilizer too in the future, and manure is another thing. We might have to go look into getting a manure spreader here pretty soon. Now I know that's not a lot, but maybe some manure spreader, and then we can cut down some of our costs too. That's where the sprayer is. I keep forgetting to put that away. I pull all that stuff out, and when I reset the map, all the grass filled all this in again. So I pulled everything outside. I forgot about that. Okay, so Follow Me has had an update. We'll see if this lady rams into us repeatedly. It used to be she'd run into us constantly on the way down there. But I think the update has made it so they see us sooner. Let's have to run into us. We're driving a cab. It won't hurt as bad then if we can't see it. So I hope everybody's been having a wonderful last few days. This video should go right up after the last one, probably like a day later. I'm gonna try to get them, like I said, more content out. I have a few days here coming up where I don't have a lot of work to do for sure, so I'll try to get 3 or 4 videos knocked out and lined up and ready to go. I still haven't got around to doing that live stream yet. That might be coming too. but it will be recorded and be on YouTube so you guys can watch what's been done. We'll turn our lights on for safety, even though there's no traffic ever on this road, which that's something I'm going to change too. I'm going to put a spline up this road. I think it should have traffic on it. There's no reason we should be on a non-paved road. I'm also thinking more and more about doing more of those roads in a rock texture, gravel texture, instead of just that dirt texture. So that way I can oh, it looks a little bit different. That's what I'm trying to say. It would be nice to have some different textures throughout the map. I don't want to constantly look at this dark gray mud color everywhere I go. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is cool, but at the same time I would like to have a few different roads. So that's something I might change. I have a few ideas I'm kicking around. Oh, and I also found a placeable today that we might put down around town somewhere that allows you to create seeds and fertilizer from liquid manure and grain. So I've thought about maybe down there by the bakery, there's that grass strip there, or down by our cows, or maybe buying 21 and putting some piles down around there that we can make it look like a seed factory. I'm not quite sure I'm going to put it yet, but it's a placeable, and I gotta see how big it is too. That, like I said, you put down and it makes fertilizer out of manure, and then uses the manure fertilizer it makes, you mix that with some grain and you can get seeds. So that would be kind of an interesting idea. I have to get with my brother Mad Miner about, he said he might have the J&M seed wagon from 15 that somebody's converted and made it so it now hauls seeds and it's no longer just a trigger. Let's get this unfolded. Go ahead and just set the header on the ground right here. I wish they had an icon down the bottom down there to tell you whether or not your harvester was folded or unfolded too. That'd be an interesting idea for a mod offer, to put a light indicator or something. Let me shut those off now. So that would be kind of nice to know, especially, you know, if you're driving a cab like this. Peek out. I'm pretty sure soybeans don't have sure. Yep, I don't think so. Straw not available for this fruit type. Okay. Alrighty, Control Shift F. I think that should have made him quit falling. I don't understand how. I think there is a way, but I don't remember how. So let's go down here now that that's off the road. Are you still following? Oh, it's not following. Okay. Control Shift F did work. We're just going to pull this up right. Oh, let's go further. Ah, tree. Let's put it right up here behind the combine. Shut it off. Get that map out of the way. Get that out of the way. Go back to doing some harvesting. And this cut I don't think is going to be too bad. I don't think this one's going to take too long. This one isn't overly big. This one and the one up above it here, I think it's 16 or whatever, they're not too bad. But that one across the road, I doubled in size by plowing out around, I'm pretty sure. But we're not double in size. It's big to start with. But I made it a lot bigger. So we'll have to see what all happens with it. I'm not going to record the whole thing. But we will get this one done, and I'll go ahead and work on these off camera again. I know I do a lot of off camera work right now. Like I said in the last episode, if you watched it, I'm kind of planning on just using this series as a testing, kind of jumping around, showing you guys what I'm doing, but not a real serious let's play in that sense. I would like to either pick another map or restart this map when I kind of think I got to where I want. I got a couple big changes I want to do, but I'm waiting for a couple more things to come out that would help me with that. One did come out though. There is a multi-fruit now, so I would like to add oats as another source of straw, as an inexpensive way of making straw, and kind of eliminate my step of using wheat and barley that much, and just go with a soybean, corn, wheat, oats rotation. Mainly rotate between corn and soybeans, and just slip oats in when I need straw, or maybe some wheat, and doing stuff like that, trying to get that integrated into the pigs and stuff. That's something I've toyed with. I haven't started implementing it yet, so we'll see where we go. And we may, once I get this farm grown bigger, that may become a new season, so to speak, and a true let's play with some bigger equipment just to start. And we'll work on expanding our farm more that way, instead of me tinkering with it, because there's been a lot of disking fields under and reworking fields because I've edited the map and had to re-update the fruit to the stock map. That way it will show the changes. Now, I haven't fixed that grass problem up over here to the right yet. That will be coming very, very soon. Hopefully, maybe this next go round on my next edit of it, before I reset everything. I'm going to bring it up here. Actually, after I record this episode, I'm going to fix that. After I do this episode, I'm also going to engage that placeable. I don't have it loaded yet. We'll get that placeable loaded up. I want to see how big it really is, because I might do a little custom work on the map to fit it in better. Maybe, like I said, maybe find an area I can flatten out, widen out, and make a seed print. Might even put signs out and then place it in, and we'll use that. I kind of like I'm kind of working towards episode 2 on this map more and more. I think on episode 2, season 2, more and more I think about this map, and that's going to be more of RP let's play style setting. I have kind of a storyline kind of sort of worked out, but we won't be real strict to. But we'll kind of play with the premise that we are taking over the farm, and we have to go buy the seeds, from a seed dealer, and all that. I can really see some potential there. Now, whether or not I go that route, only time will tell. But I'm also working on. I'm gonna start doing some edits of some mods to make it a little bit more functional the way I would like. Those Silverados are nice. Credit to the mod offer for making them and releasing them, but I want to put some more personal touches on them, make a little more realistic paint job to them. So I'm going to look into changing that, get some mirrors working, get the interior fixed, and that whole 9 yards. We'll see what all happens though. So this channel's young. I've been playing Farming Simulator since FS 09. Farming Simulator 09 is when I started playing. I did C8, kind of like not that interested. I got into really heavy when FS 11 came out though. I played 09 a little while, kind of played by myself, played a little bit here, and that was in Christmas, the year before FS 11 came out. The FS 11 came out the following year, and we just went nuts on it. And then I got 13. When it came out, I had cancer, and I had to take a winter off and work it all to do chemo for it. And I'm cured now, thankfully, and I can move on with my life. But I spent thousands of hours on Hagestadt. Anybody that's played 13 will remember that map quite well. I spent thousands of hours on that map. I had so many bales around the cows, because they've improved that. I will give John's credit. They have finally improved the bales, because in 13 I had hundreds of bales around the cows, and it got to the point where on my old PC I was playing it on, I had AMD 8-core processor. I only had 10 gig of RAM, unfortunately, But with that and I only had 2 gig video card, I was always going to upgrade that stuff, and unfortunately the CPU burned out before I got that far. But anyway, I had all that, and I would come around the corner and face towards there, and it would just break down to a grind. I would run 60 frames per second, which I can close that. I apologize, I don't need that up there right now. I would run 60 frames per second with that PC, no problem. I look at those bales, I'd be down to 1, 2, and it would just stutter. So I finally had to get rid of that map. But my plan was I was going to do 1,000 head of cattle on that map. And then modded maps started coming out, and I moved on. Then in 15, come out, and I got lucky. I buy my versions direct from Giants themselves. When 15 come out, if anybody at all is watching this had 15, they will remember the problem that Giants had with the release date. Steam got the release date wrong, or however, whatever the true thing happened there was. But I live in the United States, and I realized that reading through the email the night before, hey, wait a minute, this is all based in Germany, German time. I come home from lunch the day of the release, and sure enough, I could download it. I beat all the download bottleneck, the whole works. It was great. I had it downloaded, and I had to go back to work for a couple hours that afternoon. By 2 o'clock that afternoon, I was streaming it live on Twitch. It was awesome. And other than I felt bad for everybody that couldn't get it. I mean, there's people that were coming in there, oh, yeah, I can't wait to get this game. Man, I can't get it downloaded. The servers are down, and their servers went down, and then we ran into the problem where, well, Steam couldn't get it for another 2-3 days later, a week later, and I got that. I played that, and then last winter, I got to spend a lot of time playing 15 because I had to have back surgery. So I spent a lot of time, the more of this whole story, in a roundabout way, I spent a lot of time playing Farming Simulator. I've played pretty much every version. I have played with a lot of mods, good, bad, or otherwise. I have made a couple custom mods. I have never ported them up. They were made in 11 and 13. And I've never really ported them up. The one, we call it the lag monster in 11. It was a Kenworth W900. I put strobes all over it. It was an awesome looking truck until I turned the lights on, and we're trying to play multiple player, and it would just kill everybody's PC because there was like 400 different light nodes that would come on, and it was an awesome truck. It just was not, really built for that specs. I'd like to make one now and see how it works, but we'll have to see how kind of time and models all come out this time around, scripts. And that's another thing that's going on right now. I'm waiting to see if somebody releases a tutorial on how this light module that just came out works, and if it works the way I would like it to. What I would like to do is make another heavy hauler like that, find a tag axle script, make an American heavier hauler out of a truck. I might even use the in-game chassis because that kind of resembles a Kenworth enough, the lizard one, the little lizard. I might use that and put a tag axle on it, and just kind of touch up the body a little bit. Maybe customize the bumpers, that way I don't have to everybody get mad at me for it. And then in time, I might go to another one. This 86 series I downloaded, I have ideas that back in 11 there was one release. Now granted, it was out of scale and all that fun stuff, but I had a custom built weight and fuel tank for the front of it that looked really, really nice. I might go see if I can find that back, since I do have the hard drive that I would have made that on somewhere around here. If I can find that back and put it on this as an option to buy on this 86 series, because most of those you don't see many around more because they're getting so old. But back in their day, in the area I live in, everybody put that big 50-gallon fuel tank out front and a full set of weights underneath, and then they'd put big heavy-duty flotation tires on the front, because they'd go out, they'd start at 5 o'clock in the morning, and they'd run a disc or a subsoiler all the way till late in the night, and they don't have to stop for fuel halfway through the day. They just worked them poor old tractors to the fuel consumption was just through the roof. So I'm kind of hoping I'd like to get them and then find a smaller map. This combine would work well, the 86 series tractor would work well. That 1455 actually would fit in well, even though it's a European tractor. I could still go with that, and some of the older equipment, and go do a let's play on a small. I might even make a custom little map for it, old time map, where we start out dirt poor, no equipment other than this old antique stuff, and we have to build up our reputation, and maybe make the field prices extremely high so they're hard to attain, and just really make it a grind to get to it. I might do that as a multiplayer, honestly. I want to try to talk a couple people I know into doing multiplayers or guest appearances for some of this stuff. And I know I'm just rambling away, but I figured it was a good time to just do a little chat while I was doing some harvesting. I know it's nothing particularly fun, but I will knock this field out, because we've already been going at this for 25 minutes, believe it or not, and that's all I've gotten done. So off screen, I will continue to at least get the soybeans harvested. I got a double headland going here now, so I might hire it long enough to go get the other tractor, bring it down here with the cultivator. So once I get this field done, I'll get him hired cultivating this field right away. Or no, once I get this done, I need to fertilize it. Fertilize it, then I'll cultivate it. Then I can fertilize it again. Depending on what we plant here. So this is soybeans. So by my initial rotation I was going to do, we'd have to do wheat or barley next. But I'm thinking now, because we're so short on income, I'm going to do sunflowers on these three fields after I do soybeans, so we can get that income boost, because it seems like soybeans, canola, and sunflowers, since they're the three new ones that they made those, well, canola isn't, but they made those three kind of a higher price tier. But I think that's what I'll do. We'll plant these three in sunflowers, so that means when it seeds, it will fertilize. So if we do fertilizing, cultivating, seeding will be fertilization. So that gets us 2. We'll have to go back over and spray it one more time to get our 3rd. And then next time around, we'll be plowing again. I'm plowing every other time. I think Giants has had it set up for every 3rd. I'm going to do it every other time. And that's something I'm going to work on my rotation. I think, like I said, my original rotation was corn or sunflowers. And then we'd put soybeans or canola following the corner sunflowers. And then following soybeans and canola would be wheat or barley. And then we'd start over again. That's how I had 6 fruits worked into rotation. I think I'm going to change it up, though, and go corn or sunflowers. Then, whoops, I should look at where I'm going and not my notes. And then look at, let's see, corn and sunflowers, and then soybeans. And then after you do soybeans, do a deep soil tillage of some kind, plowing, or that plow I have, which is reminds me of a subsoiler, so that might be a good thing to do. Right after I do soybeans, though. Alright, so we'll have to see how it all works out. I want to get a solid rotation in, though, and I think I'm going to add, as much as I don't particularly care for the notes mod, I'm going to add it so I can put that in game and reference it. So it'll be, okay, this field is this, so this is what we need next. Just for a visual for you guys to be able to see. But there's our first partial load. This field is not going to hardly fill that wagon. So I will work off camera harvesting here. We'll go ahead and we'll see how he can handle it. But I will work off camera getting these fields harvested. I will go until this wagon is full. Once this wagon gets full, I will be sure to start recording the next episode, and we will see at that time. Yeah, we're going to have to work on these poor sheep next episode too, which is no big deal. I can just put a hay bale on a fork, run up there with tractor. There's already a water tank sitting there, so we work on that, and then we can move that out of the way. We'll get them some grass down there. But next episode, we will get the soybeans. We'll see where, if anybody's better than Gomez or Acres at the time, depends on how long this takes. And we'll go sell the load off, because that should give us a money boost, even if we just sell one load. That'll get us back up over 10,000. I feel a little more comfortable, not feel like I'm running out of money constantly. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming and watching. I do greatly appreciate you watching my videos, and if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see in the comments. I can always rearrange what we do, and like I said, this is just the beginning of hopefully what's going to be a few different series. Thank you all for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time, where hopefully we can finally start making some money. See you then.